place where Jungkook lived. He lived here. I have seen him here. But there is silence, Jimin. Jimin, look around. He must have gone to look for food. Let go. We come tomorrow. Jimin, you can leave now. What? His vampire friend was surprised by this. You go, Jimin. I stay here. No, I can't leave you alone. No, no one can stop me. You go, Jimin. But there, it's dangerous. This is my order, vampire part, Jimin. After that, Jimin went silent. He could not say anything. He was sad. For the first time, he looked at them. And for the first time, he hugged them. They cried, but he had to get rid of this pain. His father made a mistake. Obey him. He remembered their smiling face, her smiling eyes, Jungkook's smiling face. When he saw them together for the first time, he saw them happy and smiling. He wished he didn't kidnap Tara. If only he could control himself. He wished he would do something good. Jimmy looked at him last time, then he flew away and left behind, scared, alone, Daehyung, who was going to accept all his sins tonight. On the other hand, around midnight, Jungkook came back. There was blood on his clothes. His fingers are full of blood. There was also some blood on his lips. He is very hungry. He drank a lot of animal blood, but he was still hungry. He walked silently and then suddenly he stopped. There was a delicious smell. This smell was not that an animal. It was the smell of something else. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Tongue continued roll over his lips, but suddenly his eyes opened. He felt fear. Human, but no human can hear. His facial expressions change. No human cannot hear. He stepped forward, but stopped. He stepped going back, and his eyes big in shock, because there was a human standing in front of him. This human face was toward the floor. Who are you? Go from here. Jungkook was scared. His mouth was watering. His hunger was growing. But that human was standing here. I said, get out of here. Go. He screamed, but the human did not move at all. Go, please. He cut off when the human called his name, King Jiun Jungkook, and Jungkook stopped. After so many months, someone called him King. His ear or anger to hear this name. King Jiun Jungkook, you don't recognize me. I'm Taehyung, King Namjoon's son. I come to your wedding. You remember? Jungkook didn't answer. I have come to meet you. I am no longer king. Maybe you don't know. I am no longer king. I know. You know it? Then why come here? And how did you get here? My friend brought me here and I come here for a reason. There, moved closer to him but stopped at Jungkook's voice. Stopped. Don't come near me. Stay away. You don't know. I am not human anymore. I know King June. I am ashamed. What are you talking about? Today I will accept my sins. What sins? Queen Terra. As soon as he heard this name, Jungkook breathed, became faster and his eyes color changed. My love? Yes, your love. Don't you want to know who it was that took your happiness away from you? Jungkook blinked and moved closer to him, grabbed him by the collar. Who is? Where is my love? Tell me. There looked into Jungkook's eyes, in which there was anger. There was also pain. There was also hope and hunger. I am guilty. What? His eyes bleed. What you want to say, human? After this question, they accept his crime. He told Jungkook everything, and Jungkook hearing all this, he began it. He sat on the floor and crying. He screamed. But today was the exam. They remained standing. Punished me, King June. I am killer of your wife, child, and your happiness. Jungkook, who was crying, his eyes are bleeding. He was not human. His wife was dead. His child are dead. His people are suffering. He stood up. Punishment? Will definitely get it. Saying this, he pulled Tae closer to him. I didn't want to do it. Forgive me, King June. There is no forgiveness for what you have done. I will never forgive you. You are a murderer. You are bloody murderer. You are not human. You are an animal. He slammed their front tree. They're screaming. Animal, animal. anymore. He then hit there. This time he hit their stomach. You killed my love, made me a monster. You are unforgivable. You took everything from me. He held their close to his face. They was watching his half-open eyes. Remember, I will never forgive you, Kim Tae-hyun. Saying this, he sank his teeth into their neck, their ground, his eyes widened. Hands are on Jungkook's shoulders, the floor covered with blood, and then Jungkook killed him. He drank every single drop of blood from his body. He saw their body with hateful eyes. Remember, when you rise again, I will search you and then I punished you again. Every time you come, I will hurt you like you hurt me. I will take everything from you. I hurt you like you hurt me. I will never forgive you. You must come again for me. He looked up at the sky and screaming, crying, he must come again for me. He has to come. This is my prayer, my broken heart prayer. Kim Tae-hyun must come again. Then suddenly, the thunderstorm started. It was as if his prayer had accepted. He cried, cried. Then he stood up, dragging their body. Then threw it down the mountain. Even after killing Taehyun, he did not find peace. His wife and unborn child are dead. His mother's condition was bad. His kingdom was alone suffering. There was nothing he could do. But he needed peace, so he started hunting all enemies. Soon to be King Jin was his first victim. He targeted Jin on his way back to King Kingdom and threw his body in Kimland just as Suga had thrown him when he was injured. Jin death broke in Namjoon. His son Prince Taehyung was already missing and now his elder son Prince Jin was dead. He ordered that whoever finds the killer will be rewarded, but no one knew that Jungkook was the murderer. Vampire Jimin also disappeared. Since Devas died, he was also disappeared. Suga didn't come back, so Namjoon was all alone. And then slowly he targeted the biggest businessman of Kimland. Someone death every day in Kim Kingdom, and then 1 to 2 and 2 to 100 death. Terror death turned him from human to beast. He was not like that. He was a very sensitive and genuine person. He had never hurt anyone, but now every night he drank the blood of innocent people. Because he is angry, there was a blood in his eyes. There was hate, and this hate and blood was to last until his enemy, his greatest enemy, Kim Tae-hyun, was reborn. And then the day came when his last enemy Kim Namjoon also died. Because of him, Kim Namjoon's death gave him some comfort. And now he had no reason to kill innocent people. After the death of Namjoon, he moved away. But he wanted to June Kingdom to meet his mother for the last time. When he goes there, he finds out that his mother also died. His mother's death completely wiped him out. He saw his kingdom far from the last time, who was now alone. But he knew that his cousin Hyusik would take the kingdom back. So he goodbye to his empire and went away from there. Far away on the mountain, he was sitting alone looking at the sky. This is his new home. There was a box in front of him. This box was given to him by his mother on his birthday. He opened the box. There was a small box inside. He opened that box and smiled. Wedding ring, a pendant. He wore a ring and pendant. Please forgive me, love. If only I had known, I might have protected you. But that devil took my happiness. He saw the sky. See you soon, Kim Tae-hyun. Your face will always be in my eyes. I will wait for you. I will search you for revenge. Revenge for Terra death. I will find you, then kill you again. It's my promise, Kim Tae-hyun. Then he was lost in the memory of his Terra, his love, his wife, his queen, his everything.